My name is George Tutty. I'm a shoemaker. My father started a business. When he left school, he trained as a shoemaker, and to complete his training he went down to Ennistimon in Clare to a shoemaker there and served his time, let's say. And then he joined a shoe company, a factory, moved up through the ranks until he was actually a foreman managing it. They grew and moved on, and they actually moved up to Naas, County Kildare. And the factory then grew out of its space they had there. They were going to move it to Dublin, and at that stage my father said he wanted to stay in Naas. He started his own business in Naas, and to make it pay he started repairing shoes, as most shoemakers did anyway. So he had a repair section which funded his love of making shoes, and he built it up to what we have today. 72nd year this year, proud to say. Now I started in the business in the mid-70s, and I was trained up as a shoemaker from the start, cleaning the floor right up to the finish. And when my brother retired, I took over the business again, and I've been at it since. Because of our background, my father being trained as a shoemaker but going into the shoe manufacturing business, he has both sides of it, you know what I mean? So, and he installed that in us here, so we do things slightly different here. We've broken the work down into sections, and it's more economical, and that's probably what's kept us here today. Well, first of all, the client comes in here, and I measure the person in their stocking feet. Into the workshop then, the first thing we do is we'll find a last from stock that's closest to their size and shape. So we'll select that first of all, and from the measurements I've taken, we'll add to the last or decrease from the last and make it individual to their needs. From that then, we will send it up to the pattern room where the pattern will be made for it. And from the pattern then, we'll cut the uppers. That's the upper. And it can be up to 20 pieces in an upper. So that's then in the sewing area. It goes downstairs where the shoe, the upper is marred to the last, and it's lasted over. Now that's done with using different materials like even paste and water, and just moulding the leather by moistening the leather and setting it. We'll take it out at the last after a few days when it's set, and we'll get the person in to try on the shoe in that very light form without a sole and heel. And they'll look at it, and from that they'll have an idea of what it's going to look like shape-wise, and then it'll go to the bottoms room, okay? And that's where the whole base is made, and the shoe is made up properly. The traditional shoe would have a leather base on it, but in orthopedics today, the leather can be a bit firm, so we might use something like an EVA rubber with a hard-wearing surface on it. It's made for purpose, so it depends on the customer's requirements. There's 101 different things to do, but that's the general run-through. The handmade shoe is very traditional. It's like the wheel. It's it's reinvented every so often, or so the designers would let you think. But the designs have been out for hundreds of years. What's got better is the way the leather is being cured now. And thankfully the leather that's used in making shoes today is all from the food chain. In other words, the beast isn't killed for his hide to make shoes. He's reared for his food content, and you know, we make shoes from the hide, so every bit is used. And it takes the pressure off us. You know, if a person comes in and says, I want snakeskin, because we can't get it now, and we don't want it. But we can give them what looks like a snakeskin, but it's a perfectly good leather hide that's been printed over. And because of this pressure that's brought to bear, and rightly so, for the animals that are now rare, let's say, and they were killed for their hides, the pressure now was put back on the tanneries to recreate the look, and they've done it very well. So the hides now are actually of greater quality. Now the cows haven't changed, but the way they're handled is producing a better article cheaper. Everyone that has come through us, we've seen here in Ireland. Now, they might have travelled and they might have moved to Australia even, and they still get shoes with us because we have all their details, the imprint of their foot, their last. If the shoes are sent back for, say, repairs, and we from the repair we'll know if there's a variation on the foot, and we'll put a correction on the last, because it's an ongoing thing. If we can keep the comfort level up with the customer, they'll continue to buy our shoes. The traditional shoe business is in decline, so a lot of the shoe companies, say in England, most of them have closed, unfortunately, because the shoes now are coming from Taiwan and places like that. I'd like to think that we'll never lose the bespoke business. In being able to work in orthopaedic and earn our living at orthopaedic, it means we're always going to be able to make the traditional shoe too. But anyway, look, let's go with that. Let's go for it, as you say. Do you want a fresh cup before you do it?
I still have half one there, so I'm okay, I think.